Hello and welcome back to the Satoshi Society YouTube channel. You're here with AJ. I am one of the co-hosts here, and today we are going to look through the technicals because there have been some updates. I'm also going to update you on my short position as well, which I gave you in yesterday's live stream. Before we get into the video though, please make sure you head over to Sin City Crypto. Yesterday I went live with them and I shared my TA over there with them as well. They had some really great insights as well, so make sure you go over and subscribe to them and watch this live stream here to get some updates on the technicals that I was looking at as well. And as always, make sure you subscribe to the channel and yeah, smash a like on this video please, because yeah, it really helps me out. I do really appreciate it, and yeah, it really helps the channel out. So getting into the Bitcoin charts now, if you watched yesterday, so Jamie, short, yes, I am short right now. I have been shorting a lot recently, I know, but it's been working really well for me. And as you may know, if you watched yesterday's live stream, you will know that I entered a short at this vicinity up here. Let's just mark that out for you. So around here, I entered this short position because we were coming into a lot of resistance. So what we were seeing is this ascending parallel channel. So we have this ascending parallel channel here coming in as resistance. So you can see we've respected it really well, and we were coming into the resistance at the top of this ascending parallel channel. We also had this blue horizontal level here, which had acted as support, resistance and support previously. So coming back here, you know, we've used it as a lot of support there. We used it as a lot of support here and support here as well. So a lot of support coming in for us, and that is the reason, or one reason why I entered this short position. Another reason was because we had this fib coming in as well, and we tested that fib literally to the dollar as well. That's 0.618. I've pulled that fib from the swing high here to the pivot low down here. That is bringing us this resistance, and with those three things in confluence together, for me it was just a really strong shorting opportunity. And as we can see, we have seen a negative reaction towards coming into that resistance. We've hit that resistance, we've seen a reaction to it, and the price has pulled back. So as you can see right here, that short is in some nice profits as of right now. So we are in 12% profit. I did enter that short a little bit late because when these signals were coming, I was actually asleep, but we were getting the reaction off of this resistance level. We were getting that price pulled back. So that's why I entered that short position. And as I said, only very lightly, you know, all of my orders were not filled. So we've only entered that lightly. As you can see right now, only $111 in a profit, but I'm looking to scale this short position up if we do continue to move towards the downside. So if we continue to push towards the downside, we form some sort of bear flag maybe on these shorter time frames, and we break towards the downside of that bear flag or bear pendant, then I will add on to that short position. But right now, we are just seeing that price drop. So right now, we aren't seeing that consolidation phase on the shorter time frames that I would like to see to add into that short position if we got the break towards the downside. So right now, I'm just sitting on this smaller trade that I have right now. But as I said, if we do form some sort of pattern, I will add to the short position, and of course I will bring that to you as well. I will go live if that happens and if I do take action on that. Now, where could we expect the price to go to? Now, for this, we need to look at the DXY as well. So if we take a quick look at the DXY for me is looking fairly bullish. As we can see, we are getting a slight push towards the upside. So what we have on the DXY is we do have this support level. Now, I know we have broken the previous higher low. So as you can see right here, we did get a break towards the downside of this previous higher low here. Now, this is an indication that we could start seeing this DXY actually pull back, but for me, it's not enough indication that we are going to see this. So for me, we are still holding a major support level. So what we can see here is we can see this blue support level here. Blue support on my charts mean major resistance, major support. And what we can see is major resistance here, major resistance along here. And then we sort of used it as support right here, got the break towards the upside, pulled back, tested it as support, and then going to bounce off that level. As you can see right now, we are using that as support as of right now, and we are getting a slight bounce of it. So that's a really nice support level on this DXY, which of course is not good for the traditional or the crypto market. We are also seeing a potential bull flag forming on the DXY. So we have the flagpole here, and then we have the flag. As you can see here, we have this parallel channel which is descending, and this does form a bull flag. So there is a possibility that we could break towards the upside and get a lot more upside within the DXY, which of course is not going to be good for the crypto market. Now we can see we've respected this very, very well. 3 touches of the resistance, and we have used the support as previous resistance back here, and we've tested it twice, getting that bounce off that second test of the support. So right now the DXY for me is looking quite bullish. And to add on to that as well, which is really not good, we are seeing higher highs on the price action chart. But if we come to the RSI, having a look here, we are actually getting a lower low on the RSI. So momentum on the RSI is going towards the downside. Now, you may know what a bullish divergence is, but what this is not a bullish divergence. This is a hidden bullish divergence. So what we tend to see with a bullish divergence is we see price action towards the downside, and then we see the RSI have momentum towards the upside, so forming higher highs. But this is the opposite. So we're seeing higher highs on the price action, but lower lows on the RSI. Now, this is what we call a hidden bullish divergence. And when we get a hidden bullish divergence, we do tend to see price action push towards the upside. Now, they don't always play out, but for me, I do expect this one to play out. The majority of the time, they do play out. Now, I've back tested this before, and we do have a free course coming out, and I do go over that in that free course. 75% of the time, these hidden bullish divergences do play out, and we actually have 2 of them. So we have this big one here telling me that the price is going to push towards the upside, and we are seeing that reaction right now. But we also have a smaller one. So if I draw it here, we have higher highs here, but if we go to the RSI, we also have lower lows there as well. So we have 2 hidden bullish divergences signaling to me that we are going to push towards the upside within this DXY. And we also have all of that support coming in as well, with the bottom of the bull flag at the support here, and then this major support level here as well. So for me, the DXY is actually looking fairly bullish, and I do think this bullish momentum can continue towards the upside, potentially all the way to the top of the resistance back at 113. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that I like to preach this. The mid-range of the parallel channel is actually a support and resistance level. So as you can see here, after the breakdown, we retested that mid-range as resistance. We got a rejection. We came down to the support. Now, after we broke towards the upside, we actually retested that mid-range as support, and then got a bounce and came and tested the resistance. And then we eventually got the break towards the downside, where we did actually come down and test this support. So this mid-range on the DXY is going to act as a bit of resistance, but I do think with all of this this bullish signals coming in on the DXY, such as these hidden bullish divergences, I do think we could actually see the DXY break above that. There is a possibility we could get a rejection and come back down to the support, but for me, the likelihood of it is that we are going to come back up and test that resistance on the DXY, which of course is not going to be good for Bitcoin. So where could we see Bitcoin come to? Now, again, the mid-range on this ascending parallel channel is going to act as support. And as you can see right now, we've tested it pretty much to the dollar, and we are getting a slight bounce off of that mid-range. I do expect this to be a bit of resistance, so maybe we could see some slight sideways momentum towards the sideways. We could see some consolidation before we potentially get the break towards the downside of that mid-range, and then I would expect the price to come down to around $19,200, $19,300, where we have the support at the ascending triangle, but we also have the point of control, which is sat at $19,180 approximately. That will come in as support as well, because as you can see, we've used it as support there. We used it as support there before the bounce towards the upside. So that's what I'm expecting for Bitcoin. If we do break the mid-range on this DXY, I do think we'll come up to 113. If that happens, I would expect Bitcoin to actually break towards the downside of this mid-range here, which is also coming in confluence with that value area high. I would expect that to be broken, and then I would expect the price to come down to around maybe $19,200. So that's what I'm looking at in the short term. Now, Of course, we could hold support on going back to the DXY here. We could, find resistance here, and then we could come back down to the support. And the same with Bitcoin as well. We could hold support here and push towards the upside because there is a slight cluster of support coming in with that mid range and also the value area high. So I will keep you updated with that, and I will come live again and let you know what is going on if we do see a bounce. That would potentially take us back up to the high of this ascending triangle. But as I said, I am expecting that price to break down here and then come to those lows. But of course, I will keep you updated with what is going on with that as well. And right now, I am keeping that trade open, so 12% in a profit right now. Only a very slight trade, as all of my orders were not filled. But initially, we are still in that short, and we are still printing money, which is good. So that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. That's what I'm looking at for the DXY. DXY is looking bullish, and Bitcoin is looking fairly bearish. And yeah, I do think if we do come back into this range, so if we break below value area low, I think we could see an even longer period of consolidation, and this just being a slight deviation of this range. Because as we can see, we've been in this range since the 13th of September, just trading sideways, slight deviations towards the upside, as you can see here. And we shorted this, and right now we are shorting this as well, which is playing out really nicely right now. Now, if we were to break down and come to the lows, there is a possibility that we could break towards the downside of this ascending parallel channel, because they do tend to be bearish patterns. So we do have to be aware of that as well. But I will speak about that when or if we do come to that, if we do come down to that support, and I will talk about that. So again, that's what I'm looking at on DXY. DXY looking bullish, Bitcoin looking fairly bearish. So I'm expecting this trade to continue to make us profits. And as I said at the start, I will add to this position if I do see signs of maybe a bull flag, maybe a bear flag or a bear pendant, and then I will add on to that. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin and the DXY. Now, moving on to Ethereum. I am seeing the same thing happen. So we had this cluster of resistance coming in here as well. So we had the golden pocket from the swing high to the swing low. That came in at around $1,570. And we also have a volume cluster as well on the VPVR. So as you can see right here, we have a big spike in volume. So the point of control is actually down here, as we can see right there. The biggest spike in volume was right there. And what we tend to see is when we get these big gaps in the VPVR, we tend to see the price just smash through that big gap. And that's exactly what happened here. We saw the price push through it there, and we saw the price drop below it there as well. So this is what I am expecting. I am expecting the price to actually pull back down to this point of control at around $1,330. That's where I'm expecting the price of Ethereum to go, as long as this DXY continues to push towards the upside and Bitcoin continues to pull towards the downside. And this was a good shorting opportunity as well. I didn't actually enter a short. I wanted to enter an Ethereum short here and bring that to you as well, but I didn't actually do that. I think I was away from my computer at the time, but this would have been a really good shorting opportunity. So we have the cluster of volume here, the big spike in volume there, and we also have the golden pocket coming in. And as we can see, we are getting a negative reaction. We are seeing the price pull back from that resistance, and it would be in nice profits if we have taken that trade. And there is still a possibility to actually enter that trade because we are getting that negative reaction. And I do still think that we are going to see the price of Ethereum come down to around $1,330. So that's what I'm looking at for Ethereum. Now, I know a lot of people are getting bullish. We did actually break towards the upside of this this descending triangle, and we did get a nice reaction to it. But again, the volume for me just isn't there. We want to see a bigger spike in volume. So we have all of this volume coming in around this level on the volume indicator here. We want to get a bigger spike in volume than all of that volume that has been traded at here. We want to see more volume coming into the market to get this continuation towards the upside. If we cannot get this big spike in volume, there is no chance chance that this push towards the upside can continue. So for me, I've been saying it, I do think this price is going to roll over and come back down potentially to that support level, maybe at around $18,800. So that's what I'm looking at. Initially, I'm still very bearish on the market. I feel that people are getting a little bit too excited, and you cannot get too excited unless these. You can get excited once we break these resistance levels, but right now it's just not the time to be getting excited because we are seeing rejections from these resistance levels. And as you can see here, I am taking action on that, and I am trading that. And as I said yesterday, I showed that, and I underlined why I was opening up this short position, and I actually opened that short position live for you as well. So yeah, if you want to continue seeing content like this, then please make sure you smash a like, and I can continue to bring the trades that I'm doing, every single trade that I'm doing. And my track record has been fairly good recently. We've taken about 4 or 5 trades in the past 2 months, and only one of them has been a losing trade. So we're doing well there. And as I said, the trade that I took was this one here. We shorted this area here because there was actually a cluster of resistance coming in, and it was a previous area that I had shorted as well. We shorted this here, we shorted this here, all the way down to both times, all the way down to the value area low. So I was looking to do the same, but unfortunately that got stopped out because we broke above that resistance level. As you can see here, we've come to the next resistance level. So we're going to make a comeback, and we're going to short this, and that's what I did. We shorted this, and we've already made more than I lost on this short position here. It was only a very slight loss because we did get the break towards the upside here, and I took a very slight loss on that. As you can see, the price continued to push, and yeah, we entered another short, and we've seen the price pull back. So yeah, if you want me to continue bringing these trades to you, then please make sure you smash a like on this video, and if you are new, subscribe as well. So overall sentiment, I think we are bearish because we are getting that DXY push towards the upside, which of course is bad for the crypto market because the crypto market and the DXY are very inversely correlated. Bitcoin, DXY, very inversely correlated. DXY goes up, Bitcoin comes down. Very straightforward stuff. So if we're seeing bullish indications on the DXY and we're seeing bearish indications on Bitcoin and the likes of Ethereum as well, the likelihood of it is that we are going to see a pullback within that crypto market, and the DXY is going to continue towards the upside. So that's what I'm looking at right now within the markets. And of course, if anything changes, I will jump on a live for you and bring you those urgent updates. But yeah, that's everything I've got for you today. Please, please, please make sure you smash a like on this video. It really helps me out, really helps the algorithm out. I want to get this content out to as many people, bring my trades to as many people as possible. So if you could smash a like, I would really, really appreciate it. It's really nice to see the same people back as well. Good morning to you, Crypto Invest. Nice to see you back here. Yeah, smash that like button and share the channel. I would really, really appreciate it. It really helps me out. And as I said, I can continue to bring these trades, which have been playing out really nicely recently. Mike, good to see you. I've seen you here before. Really nice to see you back. And the dad Dan, nice to see you here as well. Keep it up. You do well. Thank you very much. I like to see comments like that. It really, really does motivate me to bring content like this to you because, I love trading. And I'm not going to lie, trading does get a bit boring sometimes. It can be very, very boring, and it can be lonely, sitting at home, looking at a computer all day, just trading. And I do find this really exciting, bringing these trades to you and hopefully helping people out there as well. So yeah, if you could, please make sure you smash a like on this video. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, again, that's everything I've got for you. So I will see you in the next live stream. As always, I will bring you urgent updates if there is anything to update you on. And yeah, I will see you in the next live. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later.